Once upon a time, AEW ratings were on fire. Now they're up in flames. AEW Dynamite plummeted to 596,000 viewers, and their viewership has free-fallen 22% since a fluke rating a month ago. More people have quit watching Dynamite than the number of call-ups who had to quit NXT. Nielsen keeps changing its metrics, but Dave Meltzer was all too happy to celebrate AEW ratings when they were fake high just a couple weeks ago. Now that they're fake low, the stuttering sicko swears that this time they're not real.
For MJF's Flair Thez case so far, do we give him credit for the resurgent ratings for AEW? It feels like they've rebounded as soon as he took the belt from Joe.
Yes. So like the AEW number was 596,000 and 0.08. When I saw the collision number, which did an 0.05 and 18 to 49, and I think it was 0.03 and 18 to 34, and it was like, this doesn't make sense. And that's when I checked, and it was like, yes, Nielsen last week changed it, and I'd heard they were going to change it in April.
So you're saying the ratings are back to normal, and yet you keep comparing Nielsen ratings for Dynamite only when they are positive for AEW, plus non-existent max numbers to Raw and Netflix streaming numbers, even though Nielsen has shown how unreliable they are over the past year. Nigga. That's not what he said, because Raw doesn't have nearly that type of swagger, let alone skin tone, but that's what he meant. Real or not, AEW should be in full-on panic mode. Between declining ratings and a faulty system, AEW's negotiation period is about to feel like Trump trying to open the Strait of Hormuz. Today, we're going to talk about the biggest reasons for AEW's ratings decline and why a shocking rumor about WBD might take Dynamite off the airwaves for good. Subscribe in Swahili. The Darby Allin era is down bad on Dynamite. AEW's viewership was just beginning to climb back around the time MJF returned and won the World Championship, and none of that was a coincidence. I don't know what the actual numbers are, but for a while, the Nielsen ratings have been faker than the color of Dave Meltzer's hairpiece. But while I don't believe the numbers, I do believe the ratings pattern that has commenced over the past 6 weeks. It's quite simple. AEW saw a ratings bump for the Dynamite after Revolution when Ronda Rousey made a surprise appearance in LA. Revolution was not a top trending search topic that night, but Ronda Rousey was. That Ronda Rousey bump led to a higher number of casual fans tuning in, but after they realized that Ronda was a one-off, the ratings faltered. It didn't help that top star Toni Storm is out for the year. The numbers went up for MJF defending the world title against Darby Allin on April 15th, especially because fans knew there was a strong chance that Darby was going to win the strap in his home state of Washington. From there, Darby defended against Tommaso Ciampa, and the ratings went down. This past Wednesday, Darby defended against Brody King, and the ratings went down. I love me some Kevin Knight, and he'll be a huge star whether it's in AEW or WWE, but next week's world title match between Darby Allin and a young Kevin Knight will not rescue the ratings. AEW wasn't even broken in 2026, but Tony Khan tried to fix it, and in the process, he broke the shit out of Dynamite. Without MJF, AEW would be fucked. His words and mine. MJF is the AEW MVP. The numbers are significantly down when he's not world champion. Years of more trustworthy Nielsen data already proved that. Tony Khan is a creative wasteland unto himself. As a result, he hasn't created very many bankable stars who can draw ratings past the intrigue of them wrestling a banger, whatever that means. MJF as world champion hides a lot of warts, and Tony Khan's creative impotence is one of them. Thankfully, Tony Khan has recently decided to dumb down creative to where the major story is that everybody wants to be world champion. That's as bare minimum as storytelling gets in pro wrestling, let alone any sport. It's like writing a romantic comedy where the only story is boy meets girl. Not Katherine Heigl getting knocked up like in the movie Knocked Up. Not Julia Roberts being a hooker and a pretty woman like in the movie Pretty Woman. Not a 40-year-old virgin like Tony Khan in AEW. Just boy meets girl. But the good news is Tony Khan dumbing things down didn't taint the product, especially with MJF as world champion. The only storyline where Tony Khan is clearly trying to flex his creative muscles is with Will Ospreay and the Death Riders, and that shit sucks.
Claudio put Ospreay over his shoulder, and they carried him out to the back. Conan, if you were a baby, like if you were a top baby face, and the promoter came to you and said, "Hey, this is where we want to book you tonight," what would you have said about that? What would you said?
Go yourself.
Yeah, like that's brutal.
I'm absolutely flabbergasted that they did this to one of their top. This is like a spot you do with like an underneath kid,
Or a guy leaving, leaving the company.
Okay, like
You just beat him out of the company.
where is Ospreay going?
Yeah, I don't know.
He's getting annihilated every week. He's got neck injuries and he's.
If you watch Dynamite and you are one of the 60% that did not watch Collision, all you know is on Dynamite last week, Will Ospreay was kidnapped by the Death Riders, and a week later he's now friends with them and training with them.
But they did explain.
No, they didn't. They said they had a talk on Collision.
The announcer said they
had a talk on Collision.
Yeah, that's what they said. They already told
Dave, this sucked.
Ever since MJF's world title loss on April 15th, Dynamite's total viewership has fallen 16%. Nielsen data has now come under question after changing its methods time and again. But with AEW in search of a new TV deal, Nielsen is their worst nightmare. If Sickopium is to be believed, this will be no less than the third time the rating system has changed since September. Nielsen's ratings formula changed in February amid complaints from the CW about NXT's artificially low numbers. Now they're reportedly changing again for God knows why, but if you're AEW and you're trying to negotiate a new TV deal on the strength of your numbers, good luck doing that if these ratings can't be trusted. If your ad rates are dependent on a system that can be upended on a random Friday, why the fuck should anybody be investing 9 figures a year on faulty data? I'm not going to sign a rights deal with a secondary wrestling company where the ad rates could be cut in half and the ratings are neutered again in September. And AEW's steep ratings decline only intensifies a problem that could kill Dynamite on TV forever. Friend of the show, pro wrestling super agent Nick LoPiccolo recently posted a tweet suggesting the relationship between AEW and WBD could already be over. To every journalist and every podcast who interviews Tony Khan from this day forward, please ask Tony if WBD told him back in August they would not be renewing AEW. WBD told him in August. I confirmed it directly and triple sourced it. This tweet got so much traction that even the cowardly AEW media will be forced to ask Tony Khan about his renewal talks with WBD. And I'm sure he'll no comment. Mind you, LoPiccolo was a person who exposed Tony Khan's alleged burner accounts, and right after that expose, several pro AEW accounts mysteriously disappeared. LoPiccolo's claim should be treated as a rumor for now, but as somebody who represents CM Punk and Drew McIntyre, he's very well connected in the wrestling business, and his report should not be discarded by any means. Using simple common sense, AEW's timing couldn't be any worse to seek a new streaming deal. Streamers are losing their ass as consumers are no longer willing to pay for all these different streaming services. Piracy is at all-time highs, and with all these mergers, it's becoming clear that there are too many streamers and it's not sustainable. WBD is merging with Paramount because of all their debt, and even though they own a piece of AEW, it'll be hard to agree to a new deal knowing the ratings data can switch up at any second. They might need to cool out until a reliable rating system can be established, and by then, AEW's negotiation window with WBD could be slammed shut. MJF temporarily helped revive AEW Dynamite's ratings, but he's also obsessed with the competition. For more on MJF and his love for WWE, check out this documentary film.